Wow, 2 boho videos in a row. By now, I must look like a boho salon fanatic. Today we'll be seeing the Boho Salon Iceberg, and for those who live under a rock, I'll proceed to explain what an iceberg is. An internet iceberg is a scheme in which different curiosities and data of a subject, in this case, Boho Salon, are classified into levels depending on how known and how disturbing they are. The more unknown and dark a piece of data is, the lower it goes on the iceberg. For example, the iceberg I bring you today is divided in 5 levels. In the first level, which is highest and has the title, Air, there are curiosities or events of Boho that tons of people know. That took place in May 2017. Meanwhile, in lower levels, such as the 4th one, we can find facts and data from Boho that are darker and creepier, and that not so many people know. And finally, in the lowest level, the 5th one, we can find Boho's darkest and most well-kept secrets. In today's video, I'll be explaining all of this facts and Boho's curiosities, starting with some that everyone knows, and ending with those that very few know. How much do you know about Boho Salon's darkest side? Let me know in the comments what topics you already knew and which ones were unknown for you. And now, without further to add, let's start with the Boho Salon Iceberg. Volleyball is a well-known Boho Salon activity which has been present in some versions of the Boho Salon such as Boho Salon version 3 or Boho Salon version 4, however the volleyball court was removed in Boho Salon version 3 for unknown reasons, and is nowhere to be seen or played at Boho Salon version 5. This entry makes reference to the many fake Boho groups which try to gain popularity using Boho's popular image and name. Even if some of them have gained a few members, they are still far from being as significant as the main Boho Salon group. Boho Salon was the first roleplay group to ever achieve the number of 1 million members, even if some important individuals have accused them of botting members, which it wouldn't be surprising since even some former high ranks have done this. But whether you believe the accusations or not, it is a fact that they were the first to reach 1 million members. It's a shame such milestone was overshadowed by the hacking incident which took place very soon after. At the tip of the iceberg, we have one of the most known events that ever happened at Boho, and it's the hacking incident that took place in May 2017. A rogue staff member was able to gain access to Boho Salon's owner's account after the owner gave the staff member her password. This gave the person full access to the group. After stealing the owner's limited items, they then proceeded to derank all of the group's high ranks, change the group owner to themselves or a friend, and shut down them. This entry refers to an Easter egg that can be found in Boho Salon version 3. It turns out that in the northeast area of the map, under the water, a strange model of a desk can be found and can also be used. This model cannot be seen anywhere else on the map, and it is unknown who put it or why it is there. This is an urban legend around low ranks of Boho. This legend states that if you search well enough in the catalog the game offers their low ranks, there's a possibility you can find shirts with bypassed content, without even adding any ID. This myth hasn't been confirmed. At Boho Salon version 3, there's a secret route that allows you to reach the highest point of the salon, that is, the roof, without using any type of tool or hacks. However, if you want to be able to reach the roof, you better have good parkour skills. It is unknown if the possibility of reaching the roof was intended, or just an accident. This entry refers to those ranks that were available, but got removed from Boho at some point. An example would be the suspended rank. This rank is given to people who are suspended from their rank for a chosen period of time, or the regular client rank, which was given to those clients who visit Boho very often. There is not an official reason of why this ranks got deleted, but is possible that they didn't want to give trolls a prize for trolling. To avoid that, they removed the suspended rank. At Boho Salon version 5, there's a hidden building below the water. This building can be easily reached and looks like someone's house, as you can find one TV with 2 chairs and a second floor that has what looks like a bed. This house has unique models that can only be seen here. Because of this, some people speculated this is Lalakila's or Unkslia's house, but this doesn't make sense since their place can be already found in-game, specifically, in the second floor of the salon. Dolly is an user who first appeared at Boho in January 2021. She was known for exploiting, but in a more friendly way than other exploiters. She somehow became popular at the salon, and especially around the Boho staff team, to the point that people made fan arts of her, or even Minecraft skins. Apparently she then had problems with a few members of the Boho staff team, and this ended with her leaving Boho. She returned for a brief moment at beginnings of 2022, just a year ago since her first appearance in Boho. Since then, Dolly simply stopped giving signs of life, and after investigating it a bit, it seems that this time it is gone once and for all. The story that surrounds this user is too long to explain it. If you want to know more, I invite you to investigate on your own. Fruity is an user who used to be a well-known member of Boho Salon's community, respected and loved by many, but one day Fruity simply left Boho. There were tons of speculations of this, but then it was revealed that she used to trash talk about Boho's moderation team and was discovered. Fruity also took advantage of her near relationship with a middle rank. She somehow was able of convincing this moderator to show her sensitive information that a low rank should not have access to, and finally with it, she tried to get a former moderator of another group demoted using that forbidden information. The story of this user is huge and I just can't explain it entirely. If you want to know more, I invite you to investigate on your own. This entry references an old drama where Lalakila herself was involved. Lalakila was accused of scamming customers. It turns out that Lalakila created some t-shirts that worked as tickets to enter the salon. However, these tickets were ridiculously expensive and were mandatory to access Boho. She was also accused of scamming by Miss Shu, the former co-founder, and in addition, of stealing limited items to the Sharky Dev, a prized Boho developer, to finance events for Boho Salon. At Boho Salon version 4, there's a method to enter the high-rank staff area, even if you don't have such rank. The method is surprisingly simple and is a bit strange how developers could have made such mistake. However, there's not much to do there, aside wearing the high-rank uniform, and maybe sitting on the vice president's chair. This is a strange phenomenon that occurred in Boho Salon version 3. In more recent versions of the map, the sea surrounding the island has turned black, making it completely impossible to dive through it. The reason for this darkness is unknown. It is well known that Lalakila's office can be found in most of Boho maps. However, for some reason, this iconic room is nowhere to be seen at Boho Salon version 3. There were rumors that claimed that this place was in-game, and that it could only be accessed if you followed a series of instructions that only the super high ranks knew. It was even said that the desk that we can see underwater is part of Lalakila's office, and they forgot to remove it. To this day, Lalakila's office in Boho version 3 hasn't been found. Boho Salon has been called out multiple times about their abusive moderation team, explaining the lack of maturity from the owner and high ranks, who have occasionally attacked people using the group shout. Of course, not every high rank is the same, however it is true that you can get occasionally unfairly banned or kicked by one of their moderators. Wabu 2 Place number 37 is a Roblox game created by a former HR named Wabu 2. This user was demoted from her rank for unknown reasons. After her demotion, she created a game that was an almost exact version of Boho Salon version 3. However, in this version of the Salon, you have the possibility to kill representations of Boho's HR and MR with a large selection of weapons the game offers you. This game ended up being much more popular than Wabu 2 expected, and Boho's moderation team ended up discovering Wabu 2's work. As a result, they were obviously mad at her. Today, Wabu 2 is not especially loved among the moderation team, considering her to be stubborn or even someone with mental problems. Some people claim that the staff team, or at least some important members of it, are homophobic. Aside no proved declarations and a suspicious chat, there's nothing to hold up this accusation. Here in the deepest and coldest part of the iceberg, where even the light doesn't reach, we have the darkest side of the salon. These last two data are by far the darkest and most unknown info I have been able to find of Boho. Seriously, almost nobody know this, and it is a pity because I believe it's quite interesting. Both of these facts are longer than the rest, still, I'll try my best to explain them quick and well. This entry is an extremely old boho legend that was around, and Boho Salon version 4 came out in 2017. Apparently, some users claimed that hidden in the salon, there were functionable weaponry. This legend first appeared when someone said that, investigating the boho map in the Roblox editor, he found models of different types of guns or even scripts to make them work. Then, people started creating ways and methods that supposedly allowed you to use these weapons in the main game. Some theorized that the models of the weapons were outside the limits of the map, and that you could only reach them by glitching or hacking. Others, on the other hand, claimed that these weapons were in secret rooms that only the highest ranks could access, even claiming to have seen SHRs holding weapons and sometimes shooting at customers who broke the rules. To this day, no weapon has been found in a boho game, and it is believed that whoever started this myth added the models and scripts. This is possibly the oldest and darkest boho legend I could find. Some players during the departure of Boho Salon version 4 said they had seen a strange player on this, by then, new map. This player had no name and did not appear in the tab, so the first thing that was thought of this is that he was a hacker, but no. There is no exact description of this being, since the very few testimonies about it describe it differently, so some assume that it has the ability to change its appearance. What these testimonies do have in common is that they all said that this individual moved in a strange way, describing it as a mixture between floating and walking. Another thing they agreed on is that everyone ran into this guy on the plains outside the salon, those that never seemed to end. All of them claimed that they went to this area, and that after moving away considerably, they found him. One of them even mentions that there were hardly any players on the server he was on, and that he had seen them all in the salon. Where he was, there should be no one, but there was. As to my knowledge, this ghost has not shown itself to be able to speak, he just approaches the player and does what seems to try to convince the player to follow it. Luckily, or unfortunately, I have not been able to discover what happened if you decided to follow it, since I have not found any more testimonies. It really feels like we've already seen it all, doesn't it? I've been keeping one last boho secret. This information was provided by someone who prefers not to be mentioned, and so I'll respect their choice. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the darkest and most unknown info around Boho Salon, to the point only a few people know the following data I'll proceed to tell you. Boho Salon Secrets is a TikTok account created and used for the sole purpose of attacking Boho Salon. This account was created by two moderators who were extremely loved and respected by their former workmates and the Boho community in general. When I say this, I mean that some people considered them to be the best moderators of Boho Salon, so you could imagine how the community felt when their show just went down. Lila and Holly, behind this account, used to do terrible stuff as they talked shit about Boho and its fans. They leaked Boho's private info. They used to create tons of alts and with them attack anyone from the boho community, aka the community who loved them. They were openly racist, homophobic, and ableist. They tried to steal people's ID with suspicious links. And finally, they also were affiliated with an exploiter who would crash the training server so they didn't have to host trainings. Do you see a pattern, dear viewer? These two leaked private info and sent death threats to people from the boho community, just as Wabu too. These two were racist and homophobic, just like Fruity was. These two also tended to create tons of alts to break the rules, just like Dolly used to. These two committed the same crimes the users I just mentioned did, but combined, and also a few more like crashing the training center on purpose, allowing an exploiter to exploit and trying to get IDs. And I would like to remind you that we are not talking about some random low rank, or about an obsessed exploiter, or a stubborn high rank. We are talking about two of the most important and beloved users the Boho Salon group had ever had. Anyone who knows about Boho can tell you how these two were a model for many. Lila and Stanluna are gone from Boho, banned. And it's actually normal that you didn't know this, because these two were so beloved by the community that the SHR didn't want to make public Holly or Stanluna's true nature, and just quietly banned them. Without a doubt, the best kept secret of Boho Salon that we know.